Okay, we've got our top three finishers from today's Mission King of the Baggers race here at MotoAmerica. Our winner, Troy Horfoss, second place, Kyle Wyman, and third place, Tyler O'Hara. We'll get started with Tyler. It's his third podium of the year. He's third in the championship. Tell us a little bit about those conditions and what it's like to ride a bagger in pouring rain and very wet pavement.
Well, I think Kyle just said it on the way in here. I mean, compared to a super bike, you got twice as much torque and no traction control. So you just that kind of sums it up how gnarly it really is. Wheelbase is quite a bit longer, and your bikes are twice as heavy. So, I mean, it was. I kind of got shuffled back at the beginning. I think I was 7th, 8th, 9th, something like that, or I don't even know where I was at. But I just found my rhythm, and I was gonna go with the scuffed tire, but then ended up going with a new tire, and then we had a quick start. So for me, just didn't feel like my tire came in the first 2.5 laps, and kind of found my rhythm and got some more lean angle and good flow, and really proud of the team. We're making really good steps. The bike is just working awesome. Having a lot of fun, enjoying it. Been working my butt off, so it feels good to get on the podium. I feel like we deserve this. But, honestly, I want to win. So just keep chipping away, and hats off to Troy and Kyle, for surviving out there, really. I mean, that was an incredible race and took everything I had to finish. So hats off to my team and my support system back home. And I hope Raspoli's okay. I don't know what happened to him, but he had to get off. And then also Hayden earlier today as well. So good for the points. We'll take it. It's unfortunate that he had a crash, but all in all, happy with our performance today. And, looking forward to tomorrow.
Okay, thank you. Second place today, Kyle Wyman. It's his 6th podium of the year. Second in points, now 14 points behind Troy. Tell us a little bit he said it a little bit, but what from your standpoint, you saw the Rispoli crash, which obviously was scary to watch here. It must have been really scary from your point of view.
Yeah, that was so scary. I mean, his bike just went completely perpendicular to the track, dipped the back wheel in the grass. I had one of those moments on the first lap going into turn 5, I think, and it was like, I don't know if I'm getting this thing back. And yeah, that was a huge get off. I'm so glad he's okay. I saw him on the cool down lap and he gave me a thumbs up. So yeah, for me going into it, it was just survive. You never know what can happen. I just need to be, I need to cross the finish line. And, towards the middle of the race, I started getting a little bit more comfortable and my lap times were getting a little bit quicker, but nothing I could do about Troy. I mean, he was in his own race, really. So, if we're going to be second to him and minimize the damage on a day where he's that good, that's what we want. And, I'm really looking forward to getting out of these wet leathers and getting some dry racing tomorrow.
So you think you're confident for tomorrow if it's dry?
I feel great. Yeah, I feel so good in the dry, and I think we're going to have a lot more of a race than we had today. So, got to get one for the home crowd for Harley Davidson. So tomorrow's the day.
All right, our winner today, Troy Horfoss, 4th win of the year, championship points lead. I mean, you can smile even despite the crappy conditions. But I think I heard you down there say that you didn't know that you were that far in front.
No, because James was so fast in warm up, and then in the challenge race he was also really strong. I seen on the screen he was second on the first lap, like down to turn 2. I checked the screen, and so I was like, okay, he's going to come past at some stage. Just stay safe until he does, and then we'll try and engage in a battle. And I'd come down the straight and there's so much water around and you're coming at 170 mile an hour or something. And I just kept seeing, at some stage I seen 7, I thought it was 0.7. Like, okay, he's not on me, that's okay. Just keep doing what you're doing, he's not on me. And then I come to the strum, I haven't heard the bike, and on the last lap I poked my head up and I'd seen, whatever it was, 10 seconds. And and then I completely shit myself. I just froze up. I missed a gear on the way into turn 1, stayed in 4th gear, and it's just so nerve-wracking out there. And first and foremost, I'm just happy that James and Hayden especially are okay. That crash when I come down after the challenge race and seen a 300 kilo bike next to a concrete wall and a stretcher rolling out and couldn't find a person. It just doesn't feel good because we take a lot of risks to do this job, and we're lucky we've got a lot of good people around us caring for us at the track, and we're as safe as we can be racing motorbikes. But in conditions like that, it's really nice to get the win, but it's really nice to be safe, and glad everyone's okay.
Have you ridden in worse conditions?
Not really. Like no, it's generally that's got to be borderline, calling it. If there was a downpour of say wind and heavy rain come at that point, I'd say that would be we'd finish up. But given that it was just light drizzle, kind of, and the sitting water, it sort of equaled the worst I've ever ridden in. Yeah. But honestly, the bag is quite good in the wet. The hardest thing for me is that big engine downshifting. If you're a bit impatient on the downshift, it's all over. Once that rear wheel loses contact and the engine brake can't help you, or is too much engine brake, you have to go faster in order to go slower. So on the warm-up lap for the challenge race, I come in too fast into turn 4 or 5 in the downhill corner, and I had to let off the brake and open the throttle to get weight on the rear tyre to get grip, but then I was coming in 20 mile an hour too fast, and it just, when it goes wrong in that area on the bagger, that's when it's hard to come back from. But generally, with the rear tyre, once you've opened the throttle, there's so much feel there, you can really corner well.
Do you feel confident with tomorrow being in the dry? I mean, do you get enough practice in the dry and feel you've got the bike where you need it to be?
Well, not really. Like I know I did ride here 17 years ago, but it felt like it was my first time yesterday. And I didn't realise that MotoAmerica changed the session times at given tracks, and we had 30 minutes last week. I've been thinking we got 30 minutes, and come here, it's the longest track in the calendar. We get 20 minutes times 2 on a Friday, so I got 10 flying laps, and so I'm proud of the team and where we're at, and to be at sort of within a tenth of Kyle in the first day was awesome. But we do have a lot of work to do. So if he hits his straps tomorrow and we miss something with the setting, or I make a few mistakes, it can go wrong. So I'm not really in a place where I feel fully confident for tomorrow, but I do know I can improve a lot. So we'll wait and see.
All right, sounds good. Any questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.